Washington State is almost at its 70% COVID vaccination goal. State health officials tweeting out this graphic. A little hard to see, but it shows that we've got 69.4% of people 16 and up with at least one dose of the vaccine. So that doesn't count the young teenagers and 12-year-olds. But anyway, we asked a local nurse what's being done to try to increase this vaccination rate, because it really seems to have stalled. Her name is Jennifer Hernandez. She's with Harborview and has traveled all over the western part of the state giving out the shots. Since March, she says she's been doing it 6 days a week, but she says now that we're in June, July, demand has dwindled.
I've gone to a lot of places where people are like, if you guys didn't come to us, I would not have gone out to get this vaccine.
And in this final push, the state is holding its final shot of a lifetime lottery drawing with a top prize of $1 million. To be eligible for that, you have to get at least one COVID shot by Sunday night.
So how much of an incentive was this vaccine lottery after all? Turns out that's not an easy thing to determine, but the State Department of Health giving us a better idea of what exactly it did in terms of incentive. So the groups that became eligible instantly, as you can imagine, saw a spike in the number of people going out to get the vaccine, but then in the days after, a sharp decline that happened with just about every age group. Here's the difference, though. When the vaccine incentive was kicked in with the lottery, the state started to see age groups see that immediate increase in people getting the vaccine, but the number of people in the days after, the decline started to slowly decrease. That number was especially pronounced, that slowdown, in the younger age groups. They'd see the spike and then it would slowly decline. In the older age groups, it would still sort of stay the same, which was kind of interesting. In other words, the younger generation was more incentivized to get the vaccine. Maybe it was the tuition or the Xboxes. The older age group, not quite as much. Maybe, Steve, their incentive was just to, get the vaccine and get rid of the chance of COVID-19. So in the end, 28,500 additional vaccinations were determined because of the lottery, according to the state. That's a 24% increase. Seems like a lot. I guess anything it takes to get people. But bottom line is, it's all kind of stalled right now, the vaccinations.
Yeah, and that's what those numbers show we had earlier this week. Nationally, they said the lotteries weren't doing that much good. But the bottom line is, anyone who is not vaccinated, you are at a huge risk for all the strains of coronavirus, including the Delta variant, which is now the dominant strain in our country. Doctors say it's especially dangerous in any community with low vaccination rates, right? Once again, people passing it to each other. The governor and Bill Nye the Science Guy were at Mount St. Helens yesterday. They were asked about vaccinations, and they both said the solution is simple.
There's no reason to have to worry about that. If we get vaccinated, we won't have to worry about those options.
Don't you want to go back to the way it was, 2019?
So, King 5, we asked the governor if he might extend the vaccine lottery. He didn't commit to that. He just said, let's get vaccinated ASAP so you can get yourself eligible for the $1 million grand prize.
And get this.